The tragic death of Madeline Soto exposes Jennifer Soto in her failures to protect her daughter, Madeline Soto. Will Jen Soto ever be arrested?
Cuss. But, blah, blah, blah. We got to think of words to substitute for cussing.
Known to classification that he is scared. He is not, trying to go out there with the big boys on the yard. He needs to go to, a little bit lesser violent areas where he's making it known to classification. So what's going to happen is classification, they're going to look at open bunks and prisons that do have, because there's 49 major institutions in the state of Florida. So they're going to look at these 49 institutions. They're going to see which one houses a lot of lifers and which one has the less violence rate. Hopefully, just like the orderly and the confinement officer, hopefully the classification team, seeing this guy's disgusting case and they decide to send him to the most hardcore prison in the state of Florida. Hopefully they send him to like Jackson Correctional Institution or Taylor or Charlotte or Appalachia or Century. These are prisons where ultimately Stephan is walking a thin line of breathing. I mean, breathing in general, because once they...
All right, mods, we're getting to the second part of this. Then we're going to do call-ins. Please watch chat there. All right. We don't want people threatening other people or saying mean things. You can say things to each other respectfully, but don't say things that are like that. Yeah, not at all, please. And what's up, Grendel? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, don't attack anybody in chat, please. All right. All right, go sign up for P&O. He's great. I love his real, that's why he has 432,000 followers, because he's real. He does his research, and he's just so passionate. I love it. And Jumpsuit Pablo is like a different kind. It's interesting because he's a different kind of creator, but he's more of a lighthearted, which is kind of what we need right now, right? It's getting heavy in here. All right. It's getting heavy in here. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, Jen, a lot of people speculate that Jen is talking to Stephan secretly. No, my friends. I can tell you right now, Jen is not talking to Stephan secretly. All right. She's not that dumb. And once they had the pact and they split and Stephan got arrested, she didn't contact him anymore. She ran. She saved herself. And let me tell you what, she is Maddie's other parent, and she had the say so as much as Tyler did about letting them take a deal. As soon as they said take a deal, she was like, yes, I'm taking a deal. I don't have to go on the stand. I don't have to face anybody. All right. Could you not have gone to a Chomo rehab and see what makes them tick? Why him? He'll feel special. I don't even know what a Chomo rehab is, but over these, I don't know what that is. So I don't know. I mean, I watch a lot of things about chomos and rehabilitation, and in my opinion, they never tell the truth, but they always follow the rules. I don't know about a chomo rehab, but I want to get the information from the source if I can. All right. Let's take a look at Pablo, and then I need you guys to get ready for whatever you want to talk about, because we're gonna have a call-in show. Hopefully our guilty of crime boyfriend Chief Rocca calls in, and anybody else that has any input on this case, respectfully. All right, don't worry, women are equally as violent towards mothers who hurt kids, right? And look at Casey Anthony fumbling around the world while people are watching her, following her, and her life continues to fall apart. And you're right, Clementine, he will be old news someday, and pretty soon at that. All right. Thank you for popping by to say hi, Living Story Worlds. Appreciate it. All right. What's up, everybody? How you doing today? Happy Friday. All right. Let's get into this. We're going to lighten the mood a little bit because this week has been a tough one. All right. Everybody knows if you guys are in the summertime with the children and all that, school starts on Monday. All right, school shopping had to be done for clothes, for blah, blah, blah. Summer's over, back to the routine. All right, there's a Chomo prison that tries a rehab, a tier level thing, as far as I know of. I watch men do a lot, and I watch a lot of predators on there try to go up for parole, and it makes you learn a lot about them. But I never actually talked to one, so I don't know. I want to go to that. All right, let's get into this. I'll fast forward
Stephan
the intro.
Sterns hasn't even made it through his doctor checkup in prison before begging the staff for help and protection. And he's been given it. Well, kind of, because trust me, it's not much help and it's only temporary. It will not last forever. And it will only make.
And you see why we watch PNO first, because they're creators that get to the real deal. They read news articles and they speculate a little. And then after that speculation, it gets to the next level. What people try to call clickbait, which is not. If you're a creator on YouTube, you guys know what I mean. It's just called having different perspectives on a case and respecting each other. All right. So here's another perspective. And then you guys will call in and you can tell me your perspective. All right. I don't think those special pedo jails work. You know what? In my opinion, Miss May, I don't think they work at all. Those people lie, and you're not rehabilitated. They still want to do this. They'll tell you, the ones that are supposedly rehabilitated, they'll tell you that urge never goes away. They have to stop themselves from doing it, and if they got the opportunity to do it again, they would. All right. Thank you, Ashton Lee. I appreciate that. All right, let's go.
His inevitable return into general population around all those other inmates that much more dangerous for him. And one group in particular already have their eyes locked on him. I'll explain everything. Let's get started.
Yep. You're right. They believe they've done nothing wrong, and they lie to get whatever they want.
You will spend the rest of your life inside because he pled guilty to heinous, awful, evil things. Probably the worst charges any criminal,
yeah, I agree,
who is going to prison could go to prison for. At least in terms of your safety and how that's going to be viewed by other inmates, right? Now, Stephan Sterns didn't make it 2 freaking weeks before he got there at the evaluation center. Every inmate, and he's in Florida, if you don't know, every inmate has to go through this evaluation and intake in pretty much every state prison system in America. You know, they're going to do their little doctor checkup and your psych evaluation and see if there's any.
Just real quick, I want to give you guys a little chuckle while we're doing this. Somebody, I don't know if you know, I never want to say names unless I'm hyping up a channel. There's a channel that says guilty of crime, has people in Florida stalking Jen Soto and out there trying to hurt her. Like, we're literally organizing some beatdown for Jen Soto and we're following her and watching her. I think that's funny. But this, maybe because of stuff like this, she says, I hate Jen. I swear if I ever see her, it's on sight. So many people on this channel hate her so much, but we're not stalking her, okay? But if you guys see her out in the wild, take a picture. Oh my goodness, that brought me to something else, guys. Somebody came out, or somebody messaged me and was supposed to send me photos. If any of you guys are in there, somebody went by Maddie's original memorial where her body was dumped, and they said that the owners of the land sized it down and got rid of most of it, and they were going to send me pictures of it. So I'm a little bit disturbed by that. We'll talk about it more after, but let me check my email and see if I got those.
Medication you're prescribed to, and they legally have to give you that, and just blah, 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 all that stuff. They got to see if you're in a gang. They got to see if you're just off your rocker and you need to go, to some like loony bin. Stephan immediately arrived at this intake center and said, hey, help, I need help. I'm scared. Oh, they're going to get me. I need some protection. That's what old Stephan said. No, but seriously, he did. Here's the proof right here. And a lot of this information I want you to know is based off my own personal experience of 10 years in prison. Also the collective insight from fellow YouTuber Pino, who was actually a former inmate of Florida state prison systems, and he knows exactly how this stuff works and what's going on there. He's got a great video about Stephan Sterns that he posted yesterday. If you want to go check that out, I encourage you to, because he's got a lot more insight there as well. And then even I got to give credit to a inmate who is currently in the Florida State Department of Corrections, who I interviewed.
It's funny. I told a guy one time, you sure do have a purty mouth. Oh my God. He got so pissed off. If you want to piss a dude off that's talking crap to you, or just get him off your back, say that to him in your best voice. You sure do have a purty mouth. And yes, she's the most hated woman in the U.S. besides Casey Anthony. You sure do have a purty mouth. Oh, that's
A
funny.
while back, you can find it in this video here, who pretty much predicted all of this
What?
and told me, hey, this is what it's going to be for Stephan Sterns.
What?
So that's where we're coming from. And let me break down what exactly is going on. Is Stephan going to be protected forever?
Yep.
Yada, yada, yada. Short answer is no.
Yes.
Basically, in Florida, there is no PC. There is no protective custody. You can get protective management, which is a bit different.
Oh,
As
there we
someone who
go,
did time in
protective
South Carolina, we
management.
do have protective custody. I know because I spent all my time there. No, I'm just kidding.
He probably was there quite a bit. You know, he had the phones inside, everything else. Sharon Belko, my Leo twin. Hello, my beautiful Leo twin Jay. Hello, awesome mods in chat. Everyone send a shout out to Sharon and send her lots of love and positivity. I won't say your personal business, but just big hugs to you, Sharon. Thank you for coming and stopping by. All right, let's go. You're going to give it a try, Jen's a gypsy. Tell some guy to piss him off. You sure do have a purty mouth. You know, it's a good channel when you're so distracted by the awesome chat that you have trouble listening to Jumpsuit Pablo.
But protective management in Florida
Yep.
basically acts like, hey, if you say you're scared,
Who's
we
user?
will put you in isolation for 60 to 90 days, let things cool down. This is for your average inmate, not just for Stephan, but this is just how it works on average. 60 to 90 days you'll be isolated, and then the case management review board will then say, okay, it's been a few months, he's probably okay now. Of course, we're not going to send him to the most deadly, dangerous, record-breaking prison in the state for the most attacks and stabbings. We're not going to send him there, but maybe a little bit of an easier, less problematic yard than most. We'll send him there. What Stephan's going to be trying to do is saying, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. I can't be here. I can't be here. I can't be here. It's like a Dr. Seuss book, green eggs and ham. I can't be on a train. I can't be on a plane. I can't have them. I can't do time here. I can't do time.
All right. Which you mean PNO or Jumpsuit Pablo? So if you guys go to my description, I always put it in my description. But if you guys can drop a link, I think Canadian Jess is asking what Jumpsuit Pablo's. I'm not sure. Can you guys drop a link in chat? Oh, this is Jumpsuit Pablo. It's literally at Jumpsuit Pablo, and it's always in my description. I love it, Frank Shaw. Casey versus Jen. Maybe we can have a showdown with Jen and Casey Anthony. We can line up a boxing match and just let them knock each other out without any gloves on. How about that?